All right, today is January 22nd, isn't it, Little John? Or what the fuck? Today is January 2nd. Yeah, today's January 2nd. Happy New Year. I'm gonna make a little resolution video here. Seems the right time. I've spent the last 3 months in the hospital. And I'm finally at the point that I can really focus on recovery. And there's a lot of recovery that I have to do. So I've made a list of 10 goals that I'm going to work on this year. 5 of them are more mental, and 5 of them are more physical. Obviously, my time in the hospital really set me back in both of those aspects quite a bit. I lost about 25 pounds while I was in the hospital. List of injuries: broke my back, L2 vertebrae burst fracture, needed reconstructive surgery for that. So I got a big rod going from my L4 to my T12, stabilizing my spine there. I also had a patellar plateau fracture in my knee, which caused compartment syndrome, like a huge ballooning in my leg, which is why they had to do this, slice my leg open like that. These 2 scars. They called that a fasciotomy. So they had to kind of flay me open so all the fucking pressure could come out, all the blood. They just let me drain for a couple of days before they were able to fix up my knee and sew me back up. So the knee kind of exploded on this leg. And my ankle, I did a fracture of my, oh my god, Jesus, that was dumb. My talus in this foot. So that was the scar from that talus fracture. And I also dislocated all my toes, so I don't really have any movement of my toes anymore. Yeah. So kind of fucked up. That's kind of the gist of physically. Like because my back broke, I was paralyzed for quite a while I was in hospital, but it seems like my nerve function has, for the most part, come back from like a functional perspective. I still got nerve damage in my fasciotomy, just like surface level nerve damage, so I don't really have like a lot of feeling. My function is there, and I still got pins and needles up here, but function is there. And like this leg was super weak in the beginning. I couldn't even lift off the ground, but it's getting a lot stronger. Still not quite at this one, but it's definitely getting better every day. There's a lot of muscle atrophy, obviously, from just laying in bed, but it seems like the nerves are coming back, so it's just building up that muscle again to be able to get my strength. Working on mobility because my joints are all fucked. Obviously my toes are really stiff, and I'm told that they might not ever come back, but I mean, the toes aren't that big of a deal. The ankle mobility is what I really need to focus on. There's still some complications that could arise from my ankle injury, but I'm just kind of hoping for the best and just trying to strengthen it as best as I can. But there's potential for more surgeries that will be needed down the road, but I'm just kind of hoping for the best with the ankle. So I got 5 physical goals to focus on the physical side. And those are, I want to get kickflips back, which is going to get me back into skateboarding, which is going to get me just like, I can't even ride a fucking skateboard right now. See what I can do here. Let's see if I can push this skateboard to the camera. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was dumb. That was fucking retarded. Whoa. That was fucking retarded. I like almost fucking died. Okay. There we go. Fucking skateboard. Yeah. So I got that. I got kickflip I want to do. Big old kickflip. I can't even lie. Yeah, that's a ways off, but that's one of them. I also eventually want to squat 250 pounds. The level of squat that I'm currently comfortable with is the goblet squat with about 30 pounds. And it looks about like this. That's about all I got. And it's a lot of there's a lot of just mobility issues. Got my back, I got my ankle, everything's just really tight. So I got to work on a lot of stretching, and I need strengthening. So my eventual goal is to squat 250, which was about my max before the injury. So I'm hoping I can get back to that level. I used to do like a lot of like pistol squats and stuff like that. And I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to do that kind of thing with the way I fucked up my ankle. But we'll see. I think squatting 250 is attainable. And then from there, doing the more complicated calisthenics, lower body shit, I can always focus on. But squat 250, that's where I want to be. And then I'm skipping for 10 minutes. I'm currently at a point that I can't even fucking skip once. But before this, I had, I was skipping really well. But right now, I can't jump. So that's a ways off, but I think I can do it. I think I can get back there, but that's where I was at before this. And I think I can get back there again by the end of 2025. Might be a little ambitious, but we'll see. And then I got muscle ups that I want to get. I'm not currently doing a lot of pull-ups. But I definitely have better strength in my upper body than I do my lower body. And I lost 25 pounds. So I'm a little bit lighter than before. So I think I can get muscle ups. I've been wanting to get muscle ups since I started doing calisthenics. Like 3 years ago. It's never really been like priority. I always just kind of had it in the back of my mind to be able to do that. But now I think I'm going to put it more priority. And then I want to get handstand push-ups. I was getting really good handstands before this. Getting to the point that I could do handstand push-ups on the wall and hold handstand freestanding for like 30 seconds sometimes, which was pretty good. Right now, I'm not at a point that I can do any handstands. I'm not even gonna try. So that's it for my physical goals. Kickflip, squat 250, skip 10 minutes, muscle up, and handstand push-up. For the mental side of things, first priority is I need to get off opiates. While I was in the hospital, I was taking a lot of painkillers, and they helped me out a lot, obviously. I was doing a lot of Dilaudid while I was in hospital, and when they sent me home, they gave me a bunch of tramadol. While I was in hospital, I was taking like, they were 4 milligram pills, and I was taking like 6 or 7 at a time at nighttime sometimes. And then with tramadol, when I first got home, I was taking like 4 to 6 of them at a time. And like sometimes up to like 12, 15 in a day, tramadols. And that's really not good. Today I've taken 3 tramadol this morning, and I'm hoping that I can get away with just taking like maybe 2 in a couple hours, and then 3 before I go to bed, and that'll be 8 total, which isn't great, but still all right. It's kind of anyway. Getting off opiates is my number one mental goal. Number 2, I want to get my steam-fitting redseal. It was something that I was working on before my accident. I had my exam booked for a couple of months ago, but I wasn't able to go to it because I was in the hospital. I've done all my hours, and I just need to write the test, and then I'll have my red seal. So I just need to get on that, and I'll need that for when I'm ready to go back to work. So that is my number 2 priority for my mental health. Number 3 priority, screen time on my fucking phone. There's days where I've hit like 10, 12-hour days just scrolling YouTube and Instagram. Like when I was in the hospital, and when in the first few days that I was back here, and I didn't want to get off the couch, and I was just not using my time very well. So I need to start getting better at that. Every week, I'm gonna post my weekly breakdown of my screen time, and hopefully that's gonna fucking shame me into doing better. Because right now it's like my average is like, for this week it's like 6.5 hours, but the only reason it's that low is because I've only been on the phone for an hour today. So it's just brought my average for the week down. But it's fucking bad. It's real bad. So screen time, average below 3 hours consistently. And then I want to get off of antidepressants. I was struggling with depression for quite a while, years and years, before my accident. But it really amplified while I was in the hospital. I started getting really bad panic attacks, suicidal thoughts, all the time. And I got to a point that like I couldn't even, like I needed help. And I was planning on trying therapy before this happened. I'd actually booked a therapist for the day after my accident for my first appointment. And I wasn't able to make that appointment, obviously, because I broke my back. Ended up going to the hospital, but I did see a psychiatrist while I was in the hospital. They said they don't offer therapy in the hospital, but they do offer drugs. And for a long time, for 2 months while I was in the hospital, I said no to the drugs. But it got to a point where I just like, I broke down and I was like, okay, give me the pills, give me the SSRIs. I talked to a friend of mine who had been on antidepressants, and he gave me the one that he recommended, or the one that he was on that worked for him. And I brought that up to my therapist, and she gave me the same drug, and the drug is ecitalopram. And it has helped a lot. The panic attacks have pretty much gone away. Suicidal thoughts very low. But there are like side effects, sexual side effects, and like energy side effects that I don't like about these drugs. And I do want to get off them eventually. I don't want to be on antidepressants for the rest of my life. So that is eventually my goal, is to get off of them. But I need them right now, and they do seem to be helping quite a bit. So I'm not as hung up on getting off those drugs as I am the opiates, obviously. But the SSRIs I do eventually want to get off. And then my last goal, I've had this kind of on the back burner for the last few years. I did actually, that's why I started my Instagram account that I might post this on, I might post it on YouTube. That's why I started my YouTube and Instagram accounts, because I had like the idea of starting a personal training business. But I didn't get really, I did have a few people that I was working with that I didn't think I was doing a very good job with. And I didn't feel as knowledgeable as I should have been. But I still do think that I have quite a bit of knowledge. I've been working on it for a long time. And I think that I could be of assistance to the right people. And I do want to get into a more, I want to get more into a field where I can actually control it. I want to be, entrepreneurial and kind of self-made. I've been working construction for the last 10 years, and I do like it. It keeps you active, but it is, it's hard on your body. And I like being in the gym. So I want to get a personal training business going. So I want to get I've got a goal here. I want to get my first 2 clients. So if anyone's watching this and they are need some help with staying on track, and kind of, if you're trying to get your fitness goals for 2025 going, maybe I can help you out. I'm looking for 2 people to work with. I'm not going to charge anything for the first little while because I am novice, and I do, it's going to be a little bit of a learning experience. So I don't feel like I want to charge anybody yet, but I do want to start working with people and helping them get themselves healthy. So yeah, I guess if anyone sees this that is interested in that, reach out. Let me know what you need and what you're interested in. Yeah. So that's my mental goals for 2025. Get off opiates. Get my redseal. Get off ecitalopram. Get my screen time down and start training. There we are. So yeah. I think that's enough. Been talking for fucking 20 minutes here. Happy New Year. Oh.